Welcome to another video, and today I'm gonna explain how you create anxiety and stress in your life and how to relieve it by telling the truth. I will be presenting information from the book Radical Honesty by Brad Blanton. He's a psychologist and treats people who always feel this undertone of anxiety and depression. The information in his book reveals how he dissolves these steady negative states. A lot of stress is created by holding back information from others. This results in an inauthentic environment for yourself. Because you constantly hold back information about how you really feel, you need to put a lot of energy into creating and maintaining social masks. This holds you back from purging and going through your emotions. By dropping the masks put on towards people, you create an environment where you don't have to constantly be on the lookout because you might be exposed. So when we have less to hide, we are less worried and that will be found out, and our attention can go to the person we're talking to. Moralism plays a big role in the creation of our masks. In the book, Brad Blanton calls it the disease of moralism. When we grow up, we constantly try to get attention and approval from others. In order to get this attention, we have to act in the right way. This is where we get a lot of emotional baggage from our parents. They constantly say, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, you should get good grades, you shouldn't do drugs, you should act nice, you should not be shy. By adapting to these rules, we automatically create masks because we hide the fact that yes, sometimes we break these rules. The sentence, think before you speak, really goes to the core of this problem. It reveals how we first filter our language before we speak because we're not really genuine. So it should be like speak what you think or speak your reality, a mantra that really helps me. Telling the truth is the only way out of this bullshit jail of moralism and fakeness. The first level of telling the truth is exposing the roles you play. You play different roles by putting on masks. For every person you have a different mask, and by exposing the roles and taking off your mask, you show your real self. When you, instead of controlling your communication, let your communication flow from what you truly want to say, you will connect deeply with like-minded people, and maybe some other people will resent you, but that's better than having a surface level connection with a lot of people and being drained by constantly having to put energy into the interactions. The second level of telling the truth is speaking about what is true to you in a moment, expressing your emotions so that you can live through them and let them go instead of holding them in and suffering the consequences of anxiety and depression. Now, as soon as you start thinking of telling the truth to someone, your mind will flip the fuck out. This is how the ego works. It basically is gonna say, if you tell the truth, you will die, but in a more subtle way. But you have to see through this illusion because what you're protecting is like angel dust. It's not even a figment of your imagination. It's the figment of another person's imagination. It is the view that that other person has of you. And this should not control your life to the point that you feel anxious and depressed. When you want to tell the truth, there will be thoughts like this. If I tell this to my parents, they will hate me forever. If I tell this to my friends, they will alienate me. If I tell this to my partner, she will view me as a lesser person. The fact is, you have two options. Telling the truth, which most of the times will turn out way better than the doom scenarios in your head, or keeping your mask on and instead of sharing your emotions and actions straight up, leaking them out slowly and toxifying the relationship to a point of no return. Verbal communication is only 7% of your communication. The rest is body language and intonation. They will know there is something wrong subconsciously and they will respond bad. I gave this advice a try and this is what happened. So you're gonna remember a scenario or thought that you want to hide from somebody. Like you cheated on somebody, you're hiding something or action from your parents, you had a crush on somebody but never told them, the list goes on. You're gonna think they can't know. Then later you're gonna think they should know. And then later you're gonna think, I have to tell them. And probably you won't tell them because you think they will never forgive you or any of the other 10 doom scenarios. But if it's a real deep problem for you, sooner or later the thought will reappear for a day or two, it will fade away again, but every time it will reappear. And then eventually you have to push yourself to tell them. Your hands are gonna sweat, your heart is gonna beat out of your chest, and you're gonna be afraid, but yeah, you'll tell them. and there will be a load lifted from your shoulders. And their response will be surprisingly mild. And if it's not, you still know you did the right thing. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to stay on track with your personal development. See you in the next video.